Calling the legislative body meeting to order. So first we're going to start with roll call. Vice President Balfe is here. Graphic designer Gertie. Here. Senator Cebulski just walked out of the room, but she'll probably be back. DEI Chair Dixon is not here. Treasurer Fell. Here. Chief of Staff Geary. Here. Recording Secretary Hildebrand. Here. Communications Director Lucero. Here. Senator Pelizga. Here. President Rangel. Senator Roberts. Here. And Parliamentarian Wraith. Here. Alright, just so everyone knows, every single person that speaks today has to use a microphone. So if you need to speak, just wait until it gets around to you, and if you need to turn it on, there's a button on the bottom, you just hold it, and it turns on, and it'll light on. Alright, so first, we will review last week's minutes. If anyone would like me to read it aloud, please raise your hand. Would anyone like to motion to approve? Senator Cebulski, would anyone like to second? Senator Pelizga? Last week's minutes are approved. Next, we move to approving today's agenda. Today we will be swearing in the new senators, having 3 guest speakers, Marlon Collingwood, Joe Zoria, and Emily Schoberg, sorry. You're good. Then we will be moving into the executive cabinet reports, of which we have 4. And then we will be moving into the reports of standing committees, of which we have 2. And then we will have 6 items on new business. Would anyone like to motion to approve our agenda? Senator Pelizga, would anyone like to second? Senator Cebulski? Approved. So the first agenda item today is swearing in all of our new senators. So firstly, President Rangel would like to propose the appointment of the following students to the legislative body. Jayama Biagini, and Riley Mahone. This requires a 2/3 majority approval by the legislative body. Only sworn-in senators may vote. Would anyone like to motion to discuss the proposed senator appointments? Senator Pelizga. Would anyone like to second? Senator Cebulski. Approved. Motion to Christian to talk about these groups.
So today we're swearing in, or appointing, Riley Mahone, who's been a SGA veteran for a long time. He ran for president last year. Unfortunately, did not make that, but I am appointing him this week. So, and then Jayama, she ran very late, and we are appointing her as well. So, any other discussion? Okay.
All right, all those in favor of appointing Jayama Biagini and Riley Mahone as senators? All opposed? All abstained? It passes unanimously. With that, we will be swearing in our senators. If Jayama Biagini and Riley Mahone would please stand. And if Senator-elects would please rise as I say your name. Riley Conley, Alexis Feisel, Samantha Lories, and Justice Shepard. Please repeat after me. I say your name. Pledge to serve the Student Government Association of Point Park University and the students within.
Pledge to serve the Student Government Association of Point Park University and the students within.
To faithfully execute the duties assigned to my office. And to the best of my ability. Uphold the provisions and purpose of the Constitution of the Student Government Association.
Uphold the provisions and purpose of the Constitution of the Student Government Association.
Congratulations! So today we have a few guest speakers. First up, we have Marlon Collingwood, Vice President of Enrollment Management.
I guess I have to use a microphone even though. Thank you all for inviting me today. As it says behind me, as you just heard, I'm Marlon Collingwood, the Vice President of Enrollment Management and Marketing here at Point Park. So glad to be here. I guess I just wanted to take a few minutes and kind of tell you what my office does and give you kind of an update on enrollment. So my division covers all of enrollment for undergraduate, on-ground, graduate, online enrollment. So it's the any student that wants to come to Point Park using any method, whether they want to come here in person or be online or be an undergraduate or study with a graduate degree, they're going to come through my office. So we have the Office of Graduate and Online Enrollment and the Office of Undergraduate Enrollment. In addition to that, my division also includes the Office of Pre-College Experiences. So that's all of our summer camps, all of our summer intensives, and all of our dual enrollment. Any of you do dual enrollment in high school? There you go. So my office, Vince in my office and his staff covered all of that. In addition to that, all of the marketing of the university, so all of our advertising, our public relations, our media relations, also comes out of my division. So we have a full marketing department and a public relations department. So any of the online ads that you would see as you're doing your thing online, any of the social media posts, all of those kind of things all come out of my office. We had a really good year this year for first-year student enrollment. In fact, we're up almost 20%. And that's in first year. So we always look at new students in three ways. So you count first-year students, which are traditional 18, 19-year-olds, right, who just graduated from high school and they're coming to Point Park for the very first time, and it's the first college they've been to. So we call that traditional first-time, first-year enrollment. Then we have international students, and then the third area for new students are transfer students. Overall, our enrollment for all three of those is up by about 13%, but we're up nearly 20% in the first category, which if you know anything kind of about what's happening in the world today, right, there are less 18-year-olds every year than there have been the year before because less people were born 18 years ago. So we're very pleased with that. Part of that growth was through our athletics. So we have anybody here an athlete? What sport?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Soccer.
Soccer. Well, you know we have two new sports this fall, right? So we have men's and women's lacrosse, and I learned something the last couple of weeks. Lacrosse players tend to carry their sticks with them wherever they go. Doesn't matter what, I'm just kidding, it's a joke. But I see them all the time, I'm like, dude, no, we're just carrying our sticks. Men's and women's lacrosse and men's and women's wrestling started this fall. And that brought a nice influx of new students in. And then we just announced last week that next fall we will be launching women's flag football. So that will be another brand new team that will soon be an NCAA Division II official sport. We're launching it next fall and hopefully see a nice recruit of women who want to come and play flag football. On the graduate and online side, again, we've had a really good year. Our graduate programs are doing really well. You'll start seeing, in fact, the next couple of weeks, you'll start seeing some of my grad team in some of your classes because it's never too early to think about grad school. And we like to have our students know exactly what we have to offer here on the graduate side. Questions for me? So our first big event is this Saturday. It's our open house. How many of you came to an open house? Okay, well Saturday is our first open house. Always looking for volunteers. If anybody wants to volunteer at the open house, let me know. In addition to that, in the spring, and some of you may have come to an Admitted Students Day, which we have in the spring, that will be an opportunity for you guys to have a table to talk to students who have already been admitted or planning to come next fall and get them excited about SGA long before they get to campus and hopefully get some of them to decide that they want to be part of this really important organization. So our first big event is open house. We have another one in November and then one in February, and then we move to Admitted Students Days. Anybody that's interested in being helpful at all, if you have ideas about marketing the university, right? You're like, why haven't you ever done this? Come see me. I think you know I'm pretty open to having conversations with anybody about anything, and sometimes the best ideas we get are obviously from the students who are living and breathing what's happening here. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to come anytime, and if there's ever any specific questions, these guys know how to reach me. It's Marlon. I think I'm the only Marlon here, so I think you'd be able to type in my name and it's probably going to come up. Send me an email if you want to come up to my office and sit down and learn more about what we do. If anybody's interested in a campus job, we're always looking for good tour guides. So if you're interested in being a tour guide, let us know. Or participating in any way in anything that we do, always welcome. So if there are no questions, I'll turn it back to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have two women here to say a little bit about Point Park's 4th annual Day of Giving. Jill Zoria, VP of University Advancement and Donor Relations Officer and former SGA member, Emily Schoberg. Schoberg. I'm sorry.
All right, well, I was already introduced, but I'm Emily Schoberg. I'm a Donor Relations Officer, and I'm also a Point Park alum. I graduated back in 2021, and now work with the Office of University Advancement.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Jill Zoria, or Zora, or Zoraida. I get a little bit of everything, whatever you want to call me, Jill, Jilly Bean. But I'm the Assistant Vice President here for the Office of University Advancement. And what we want to do quickly is just tell you a little bit. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Office of Advancement, but the name is a little vague, but basically we're all about fundraising for our students. That's our primary role in life here on campus. And we're also kind of that first line of communication with our over 35,000 alumni across the country. So we love to connect with them. We have homecoming coming up in a couple weeks on October 26th and 27th. You all will be receiving invitations to join us. We're having a block party in Point Park, so food and beverages, all that good stuff on Friday night the 26th. Pioneer Records is going to be our entertainment, so we have some special stuff there. So, but our office is seriously all about alumni relations and kind of building that philanthropic culture, not only here on campus, but across downtown Pittsburgh with our elected officials, with corporate sponsors, and across the country with our alumni. So today we are here to talk about Day of Giving. I think we did this last year. I don't know how many of you were here, but welcome back. But you know, this day is the #1 day of giving the entire year. Our goal is to raise $350,000 within 24 hours. This is only our fourth annual. So other schools maybe have been doing this for 20, 30 years, but my goal while I'm here at Point Park is to get us over $1 million in 24 hours. And I know we answered a lot of questions last year, but basically the way it works is we have a website. Our donors can go to this website, they can call us, they can visit us, send checks in, whatever they want to do, but they tell us how they want to donate to the university, whether it's to our schools, things like that. Emily will go into more detail with that. But we started this back in 2022. We raised about $170,000. I actually was in here at that time, so the team that was in the development office did a bang-up job for our first time, so super proud of that crew. We did 2 last year. We were a little bit ambitious, so we're like, hey, they did such a great job, well, let's do 2. We raised over $500,000 last year in our Day of Giving, 2 events. And this year is November 6th, as it says up there, and the goal is $350,000. We want to unveil a quick t-shirt. Check it out. I ordered hundreds of these, so who wants a t-shirt? We can get you guys all hooked up. Make your point. Yes. And your point is we all got to walk around with the goal, $350,000. So we've been saying, who wants, I don't know what size, but who wants one? I can't throw. Anybody? Here we go. Oh my gosh. See? That was almost like a bowling or like, I don't know, something really bad. If my sons were here, they'd be really embarrassed. They're like, Mom, stop. But anyway, so we have t-shirts for everybody. So all you have to do is reach out to us. Jill Zoria. Jill, what's my email? Jill.Zoria at pointpark.edu. So, with that said, we're going to be doing a bunch of events. Emily will tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. So if you are interested in a t-shirt, you can email either one of us or reach out to alumni@pointpark.edu and we'll get you all set up with a t-shirt. But yeah, listed up here are some of the funds that we have for this year. So there's basic student needs, so that could be the Pioneer Pantry or things that work directly with helping out students. We have the It's on Us group with the Student Health Center this year. Academics, that's every school that's a part of Point Park. We also have departments such as athletics and Pittsburgh Playhouse, as well as different scholarship funds. So this year we're actually going to have a little over 50 sub-funds total, so it's really personal to each donor who's visiting the website what they want the funds to go toward. So they could do it for a student media fund, the specific school that they went to. So it's very personal to the donor. And with that being said, we work very closely with the deans and different department heads to really, they'll identify their different target areas for funding. So really it's the deans and departments that are putting the money to use. And yeah, this money for academics specifically, it could go to experiential learning, it could go to student travel. I know sometimes students will have trips to New York or across the country, so it can go towards that. It can also go towards technology in the classroom. So as you know, as students, there's lots of needs for funds, so really Day of Giving is a great way to support all the different areas of Point Park. And then looking ahead this year for student involvement especially, so we have on-campus events. We're partnering with Austin Carnes, if any of you know Austin, with the School of Communication, who has his 2 Jagoffs podcast. So we're having 2 Jagoffs Live, a podcast event that's a Day of Giving special. It will actually be right here in the Fishbowl on October 29th. So mark your calendars, and as students, you'll definitely be getting communications about that. And this year as well, we're also partnering with Pioneer Records to have an event with live music from both student and alumni musicians. So just a celebration of the talent of Point Park students. And we're meeting with different student organizations, so of course it's great to speak with you all. But also if you're involved in any other student organizations that you're like, hey, we could host an awesome Day of Giving related event. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to see how we can connect with your different organizations. So either reach out to me or Jill or alumni@pointpark.edu. But yeah, that's just a little rundown of Day of Giving on November 6th. So does anyone have any questions for us?
Would you be interested in us contacting the clubs and letting them know that that's an opportunity that's available?
That would be amazing. I'll definitely reach out to you separately if that works. Awesome. Any other questions? Yes. Silver.
Sorry. It's less of a question and more of a thank you in a sense. What you do really helps support a lot of students, so it's really nice being able to see that, and you coming here and letting us know what you're doing is really inspiring. And it's nice to know that within this university there's such a support for all the different aspects, because Point Park really is a culmination of passion and many different funds. So, to know there's people looking out for those many different areas of specialties, it's really nice to see. So thank you for everything you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your appreciation and involvement, all of you just listening here. Definitely over the past couple of years, we've been trying to get students more and more involved with the process. So last year we kind of started having a tour, just educating people about Day of Giving. So looking forward to continuing our partnerships.
Thank you guys. All right, now that we are through our speaker series, Moving on to first open floor. Does anyone at all have anything they would love to say to the assembly? Okay, we've got a lot of hands. I'm gonna go with Alexis Feisel first, Senator Feisel. So please push and hold the button on the bottom to turn on the mic.
All right, you think being... Is it working?
Turn it back on.
Okay, there we go. You think being an animation major, I'd know how to work technology? I don't. So I wanted to bring a point up from my fellow animators about, I was kind of asked to bring forth the notion of possibly getting fans for the labs. It gets really hot because you have all those, programs running and the computers tend to make the lab sweltering. So I was asked to tell you guys and let you know to bring forth the notion of possibly getting fans to improve the conditions of the labs.
As far as I know, places that have like high technology, like backstages, usually are kept like really cold. So we'll look into that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really happy to be here.
Senator Mahone.
Yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know to keep an eye out for the LCS department is planning to have like a student-led debate about the benefits versus cost of AI and whether or not it's like a good thing for society. So that's in like the very early stages of being planned. Just keep an eye out for more information if you're interested in it.
What organization is that with again?
It's the LCS department. It's not like a student organization. It's like the department, the school that's running it. At least that's my understanding.
At one point we were talking about having a committee specifically designated for discussing AI and talking to the faculty about its use in classrooms. So if you want to see more of that, please let me know. Senator Plisco.
Okay. Oh. Hi. So this isn't like a school thing. It's just a health thing. Right now there's a thing going around with, it's called the kissing bug. It's a bug that will poop in your mouth in your sleep, and it can cause cardiac arrest and heart failure. So just be safe. It's currently only in southern areas, but there have been some spottings in Pittsburgh.
So is this something the student body is experiencing?
No, I'm just telling everyone
okay.
to be safe. It's just like a PS guy. It's just
What they look like?
Look up kissing bug. It's like the first thing that comes up. It's not like a joke. Although everyone thinks it's a joke when I say it. It's a real bug.
Thank you, Senator Palisga. Does anyone else have anything else for our open floor? What's your name? Gianna, and which group are you representing?
She has to say, this is kind of a general concern.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, also speaking as an animation major, there's been some mild complaints about the fact that most of our classes are middle slot, 11:20 to 2:20. It's very difficult for people to get food during that time. I don't know if there's anything that can be done about that, but I just wanted to make that note, that the animation majors don't get a lot of time to get food, so.
This is a concern across many different majors and schools and areas to eat. We have brought it up every single year. There's documents about it literally every single year for decades. We can have a culinary committee to try to talk to the administration about potentially altering how our students are able to access food. But yes, it is a difficult topic to change.
Yeah. And also as an animation major, I'm glad to hear that there's more discussion about, the negatives and benefits of AI, because that's a big thing in our major.
Senator Feisel. I don't know why I want first and last name down.
Oh, I will say this. My last name's pronounced Fussell.
What? I've been mispronouncing your name for over a year, babe.
I'm so
Everyone,
sorry.
it's French. It's French. It's okay.
I remember that. I'm so sorry.
But I was just going to third what was said about AI. I think it's important to come across ethical uses of AI, especially with graphic design majors and animation majors. I think there should be a lot more collabs with our more artistic departments for media and whatnot. We really don't get reached out to a lot for media or making graphics or whatnot, and I think that is, it would be great for resumes, and it would be a great workplace simulation, and it would be a lot of really nice work that I think would benefit the college. And so it would kind of deter people from using AI and promote the artists that are on campus.
That sounds like a great initiative to work on. So if you want to propose an initiative to the legislative body or to a committee, that would be something that we would love to work on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Anyone else for our first open floor? All right, moving on. We have the reports of the executive cabinet, starting with President Rangel.
Well, thank you for your lovely topics of discussion there. Yeah, it's glad to see everyone's pitching in and discussing. But I'm glad to see all of you here today. Congratulations on the new senator-elects for your successful campaigns. I hope you guys are all excited to be officially sworn in today as senators. I remember I only became a senator 2 years ago because my roommate convinced me. I was over here on this table. I remember I witnessed that day a very charismatic acting major walking around the floor as president, and he was giving a warm welcome and some kind of motivational speech to everyone. Not for 1 second in my mind did I think I'd be here in front of you all now doing the same speech, just except a lot less sensational and a lot less walking around. But I do want to personally extend a warm welcome to all of you as you step into your new roles as senators. Yeah, I'm excited to kick off the semester with fresh-faced SGA, and I'm confident we will be one of the best SGAs in recent memory. And also thank you so much to Marlon and Emily. I know they're not here, but in case they're watching, thank you. Now for everyone, all members, yeah, that was a great discussion. We're going to have a lot to go over today, and I will shut up and let someone else. Thank you.
Thank you, President Rangel. Next is a report from Vice President Belf. I'm presenting on the elections for President Pro Tempore, which I touched on last week. So the elections for President Pro Tempore will be happening this week into next week. I think because we have so many people that we still have to appoint, we may push it back another week as well. But the role of the President Pro Tempore is to bridge the senators to the executive cabinet. So it is an executive cabinet position. There is a stipend that comes with it, and it is elected from the senator body. So it's not open to the entire school, basically, is what I'm saying. Basically, what your responsibilities would be is coming to the executive cabinet meetings, representing the interests of the senators in the executive cabinet meeting, and voting on their behalf. Then you would also obviously come to this meeting. Your duties would be pretty much the same as they are right now for this meeting. And then also you would be third in the line of succession for this and the president. So if the president is not available to be here, I step into the president's role, and the president pro tempore steps into the vice presidential role. And then if I'm not able to be here at legislative body, the president pro tempore is also the chair of this meeting for that week instead. So it's an important role, but it's not super, it's not something that you have to commit like 1,000 hours to doing a week, and it does come with a pretty nice stipend. So please consider running for that position, senators. Thank you. Chief of Staff Geary, do you have no report? Is that correct? Okay. And then Treasurer Fell has a report on post-funding 1.
I'll try and keep this pretty quick. We have a lot of stuff on the schedule today. So all of our Fall 1 funding requests went out. They're updated with the sale office now, so purchase requests are available for all clubs. We also had the emergency funding period open. We will be voting on that shortly. So requests were open to all clubs, same way as with the normal fall funding requests. And we've been working with SAIL over the last week or so to expedite the purchase requests for a lot of clubs. Normally they have a 2-week requirement. We've moved that up for a couple different organizations. I also want to touch on our ballroom club. They don't have a representative here today, but we are in the process of working with Deans Gieske and Palo to move them to be a university-sponsored organization as opposed to an SGA-funded club. This will be more in line with the funding requirements they have, as well as the size of their club. So that's all I have as far as Fall 1 goes, but we'll talk about emergency funding soon.
Next up is parliamentary rates.
Hi everyone. So not that much from me, or what else I have will go to Rules Committee, but I reached out to club representatives because last year there's a resolution passed to have all of our identity groups on campus, such as BSU, AAPI, GSSA, Shalom, CCO, come to legislative meetings and serve as representatives for those groups on campus. So far, I have reached out to GSSA, Girls Inc., and CCO. I have heard back from each of them, and GSSA and CCO are obviously here. Girls Inc. said that they were thankful for the opportunity and that they were discussing with the executive cabinet of their club, but I don't know where they are. But that's all from me.
All right, I'm sure we will be hearing updates about that in the coming weeks. And then DEI Chair Dixon, Communication Director Loosroom, Recruiting Secretary Hildebrand, and Graphic Designer Curdy all have no reports. Tell me now if that was incorrect. Thank you. Moving on to the committee reports. Communication, Student Innovation, and Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion have nothing to report. So the first thing that we will be hearing about is Taekwondo from the Rules Committee.
Okay, beautiful. So Taekwondo Club is a constitution that I went through this past week and wrote up with the current president of that. My only concern so far is that they might run into the same issue that ballroom dance has run into in past years, where because they're interested in competing, there will be fees that come with competition, such as getting there, or register and enrollment and all that stuff that comes with traveling. But we can cross that bridge when we get to it, because as of now, they have no plans on competing unless people seem interested in it. I'm also currently in discussion with bringing back a K-pop club on campus, and I'll keep you updated when I have more information on that.
Thank you, and we have a report from Finance Committee.
So back to the emergency funding we were talking about. We received requests from 4 different clubs: the Forensic Science Club, the Honor Student Organization, the International Student Club, and the Asian American Pacific Islanders Club. Their total requested funds were $694.51. We have available funding of about $2,300 left. So our recommendation is that we vote to approve. Madigan, I'll let you take over from there.
All right. Senator reports will be implemented next week, and now we're moving into new business, and we are voting on the emergency funding that we just heard about. So, would anyone like to motion to discuss emergency funding for Fall 1? Senator Polizka, would anyone like to second? Senator Cebulski? Does anyone have anything to discuss? All right. All those in favor of approving the emergency funding as is? All club representatives have the right to vote as a senator in this meeting.
Everyone in the shoe war.
All right, it's unanimous. It passes. Yes, you may clap now. I try to keep it fun here, if this is fun. Next, we have the constitution for the Taekwondo Club.
I don't really have a lot else to say other than what I already said during my report for Rules Committee, but basically it's for a Taekwondo club. It is what it sounds like. I think this club is really cool. Again, my only other concern is that when they decide to start competing, they might have to go down making them a university-sponsored organization due to costs that would come with that, but otherwise it is my recommendation that we approve this constitution as is.
Would anyone like to motion to discuss? Senator Roberts, would anyone like to second the motion? Senator Mahone? Does anyone have anything to discuss? Senator Polizka?
Along with the one that was spoken about, the dancing, what's it called? Ballroom. Can we, with this club, if we approve it, can we merge that with the idea, pushing that to the school with the ballroom, or no?
So Taekwondo is very different than ballroom.
No. They're not the same thing. I'm not saying they're the same thing. I'm saying how we're pushing to make ballroom funded by the school. Can we do that with
So there has been a lot of interest in a martial arts, self-defense, something of this sort in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes a university-sponsored organization, but presently they have no members, they don't even have anything yet, so we cannot move forward with them being university funded until they become a club first. So that would be something to discuss at the soonest next semester. All right, does anyone else have anything to discuss? All right, would anyone like, no. With that, I'm going to ask all those in favor of approving the constitution for the Taekwondo Club as is. All right, it's unanimous, it passes. Next up, we have 3 different resolutions, 2 of which are proposed, the 2 first ones are which proposed by President Rangel, the 3rd of which is proposed by myself. So I'm going to, first of all, would anyone like to motion to discuss Resolution 0911 2025 BL? Senator Polizka? Anyone like to second? Senator Roberts? All right, does anyone have anything to discuss? After Christian, actually I'll ask about that in a second.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and explain this kind of. So, how the hours and pay were set up for at least the executive cabinet was kind of all over the place. Some people were making theoretically $5 an hour, some people were making $12. So in order to just make it a bit more consistent, we lowered some people's hours. We had to increase someone's hours. But this just makes it more consistent, about $10.42 an hour for everyone across the board. And it also gives a pay raise to the recording secretary as well, from $250 to $500, and that's about it. So I would recommend you vote yes.
Does anyone have anything to say? Senator Sobolski?
So approximately $10.42 an hour. What does?
Well, it's a stipend, so it's given out by the end. So I based it off of 16 weeks based on their hours each week. So you can't really get everything to 1042, so it's very close, approximately.
And is that for each of you? Or is that?
Yeah, each executive cabinet member here.
Okay.
Do you want to show them the Excel sheet? Okay. I have
I'm sure you do.
I worked 20 hours this week, and I don't want my hours cut, and also I think I deserve $10.42 an hour. Does anyone else have anything to say? Senator Faisal?
I also don't think you should get a pay cut. I think everybody should be paid equally because I think everyone works really hard to dedicate themselves, and I think it would be unfair for just the vice president to have a pay cut, especially since you're the face.
I am actually getting a raise.
Oh, never mind. I misread it. You deserve it. Good job.
No one's getting a pay cut.
Treasurer Phil.
So I helped come up with some of these numbers. I just want to explain a little more about how we got to them. So aside from our recording secretary, no one's actual stipend changed. Actually, recording secretary and vice president. So recording secretary got an additional $250 per semester, which brings them in line with everyone else. And then the vice president got an additional $50, which is the closest we can get to 1042, while maintaining an even number and not going over what everyone else is getting. It's important to note that this is a stipend. This is not an hourly rate. So that number is an estimate of what everyone would be making if they only work their allotted hours. Everyone is going to work more than their allotted hours. First of all, legislative body and executive cabinet don't count towards their hours, so everyone's technically making less than this already. Additionally, everyone works additional hours that they don't clock at different points that aren't office hours, just to make the events happen, just to make sure all the work gets done as needed. So everything provided on here is a very rough estimate, just to bring everyone about in line with each other. It's not saying, oh, you're only getting 1042 an hour, oh, you're only getting 1016 an hour. You're just getting about the same amount for about the level of work that you do. It's not a salary, it's not a hourly rate. It's just an estimate.
Does anyone else have anything to discuss? All right. Oh, sorry, Riley Mahon.
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering, like, why does it matter if it's not an even number for the...
That's for the payment side of things as far as we cut the checks, and then also for the budget side of things. When everything's an even number, it's a lot easier to maintain that. As far as Keely goes and the sale office goes, she doesn't want to put in $13.37 for one person. It was like, I did the math, it was like $13.37 and 16 cents or something like that. She doesn't want to put that in for one person when everyone else is getting an even $1,500, $1,000, $500, whatever.
If no one else has anything else to discuss, I would like to ask a question. All those in favor of approving this as is? Oh, do you have something to discuss, or is that you? Okay, that's you voting. Approve as is. All those opposed? All those abstained? With one abstention, that is approved. All right, next we are moving on to Resolution 0911-2025 CBL.
All right, this is the big one. So this basically establishes the long-awaited Director of Downtown Engagement onto the Exec Cab position. This also establishes the Student Concerns Coordinator, which will be similar to the President Pro Tempore, as that is voted on from the Senate position. So it will be similar in that way, and they will head the Student Innovation Committee instead of President Pro Tempore. And we will also add a strong emphasis of wellness into the DEI committee. We were going to go with the wellness chair, but this might be a little overreaching, so we're just going to put that in the DEI committee's responsibility. And that's, I think about it. Yeah.
All right, motion to discuss. Would anyone like to do that? Senator Poliska, anyone second? Senator Sobolski. Does anyone have anything to say about this resolution? Any questions?
Okay.
Senator Mahone?
I guess I'm wondering, like, what in practice does it mean that wellness will become a bigger part of the DEI committee? And also, like, what is the rationale behind needing a new position for the student wellness?
Student wellness?
Wait, what was it? It was student concerns, yeah.
So presently, the Constitution and bylaws outline how our committees work in not a very clear way, specifically regarding the Student Innovation Committee. So there are a couple different inconsistencies across our documents. Basically, this would be giving a specific head to the Student Innovation Committee, whereas they did not really have one before. So that way that committee can function, basically. As well as the wellness, from my understanding, it would basically just be granting the committee the opportunity to have initiatives that surround wellness.
It also encourages them to make a rapport with the counseling center along those lines, as well as environmental stuff, just physical well-being too, maybe the student center, physical safety, not physical, campus safety, and stuff like that. And we wanted to make the student concerns coordinator as the head of the SIG committee, but also to introduce more senatorial leadership opportunities in addition to the PPT. So that's where.
Senator Sobolski?
So what would the President Pro Tempore do, rather?
The President Pro Tempore would have the sole responsibilities that I listed earlier in the meeting, which includes representing senator interests in the executive cabinet, as well as attending these meetings, and also being third in line of succession of this position, or that position. The President, then the Vice President, and then the President Pro Tempore steps in as a leader if needed.
Okay.
Senator Fazel.
I'm learning. Okay, so how would President Pro Tempore be elected? Would that be at this meeting or at a future meeting?
So President Pro Tempore elections are opening this week, and they will be going on until next week, probably pushed into the week after that. So that election will be happening over the next 2 weeks, and then the Student Concerns Coordinator would also be an election if this passes. So that would be done hopefully at the same time if this passes, and if not, then we will consider that another time.
Perfect, thank you.
I would say the Student Concerns Coordinator and the PPT are both elected internally. So if any of you here, new senators, would like to take up the opportunity, just keep that in mind. Think about it, get your campaign going, and you will campaign to your fellow SGA members, and we will have a vote sometime in the next meeting, probably.
Senator Sobolski?
So how would this affect the finances of that previous 1042? Would it change anything? Are they unpaid positions?
So I believe there are stipends in here. Yeah, they're right here. The shall be amended. Where does it say? Is this not what it says already? Yeah, but why would that be amended if it already says that?
this one changed the amount? I thought we already had changed the amount. Would you like to tell us what's happening here?
I just realized I gave recording secretary a pay raise and then I cut it.
Yeah, no pay raise.
Okay. That was not intended, I will say. So, yeah, I was gonna cut the PBTs thing so we can give that to the student concerns coordinator, because the PPT has less responsibilities and hours. That's basically it. Yeah, that is my mistake.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Right, Senator Mahone?
With that mistake being the case, I would like to motion to strike the part of this resolution that says 204.4 shall be amended to read.
This is a PDF. I cannot edit it. I can pull it up and we can edit it presently, or we can table this and bring this to a rules committee meeting and bring this back later. How do we feel?
Can I just speak directly into the camera here and confirm that I'm making this motion, and if this motion passes just because it's not immediately edited because it can't be, because it's a PDF, doesn't mean it's not official? Is that allowed?
Well, we're not gonna vote if we're tabling it.
Well, I'm not moving to table it. Zarek is speaking in my ear asking me to. But
I'm
that's
moving
not the
to
motion.
table it.
You're moving to table? I haven't finished making my oh my god. Fine. You know what? I withdraw the motion since you guys are going to be like that.
Senator Conley, we will have name tags next week, don't worry. And I will memorize everyone's names, don't worry.
No, it is. I'm a little bit more concerned with the student and downtown coordination part of that. Is it going to be working with clubs that are in the school actively, or is it going to be more the outreach that you kind of see through our co-op programs through the school? What does that really mean?
Which section are you referring to?
I think it's a little tricky to read, I'm not gonna lie, but 218, 1 and 2 maybe? Or this in this general area is kind of what I'm trying to understand better. Because would that then start to work with the subcommittees that are up here? So I'm not trying to worry about the president pro tempore, but the other section of this is more where my questions come from.
So the student concerns coordinator will just handle general student concerns brought up within the student body, like receiving suggestions, and they'll have the student innovation committee. The director of downtown engagement is planning on working with the new community civic center at Point Park with, I'm not sure if you know Heather, she's director of the Department of Community Engagement here. They will work closely with them on outreach, volunteer opportunities, bringing those to the student body, communicating with downtown leaders, just getting more opportunities for the school and the students, whether that's fighting for policies that improve quality of life downtown and what we as a school and a community downtown can do for the betterment of downtown and engaging it, basically. So if that answers some of your questions.
Doing a time check, it's currently 4:14, so I would like to move to table this as we have senators that need to make their way out of the room. So I would like to, give me a second to get my skirts back up. Would anyone like to motion to, I would like to ask the question, all those in favor of tabling this resolution? All those opposed?
All those abstained? With one opposition, this is tabled. Okay, this resolution is the last resolution. We don't have to do this today if you all don't want to, but I'm going to go over it pretty quickly because it is pretty quick. So this is the resolution to grant former executive members senator at-large status by request. We currently have one at-large senator position open. We currently have, you want me to go back? So this is a resolution to grant former executive members senator at-large status by request. We currently have one at-large senator position open, and we currently have 3 requests to be an at-large senator. 2 of those requests are being made by former President and Vice President Kyle McLaughlin and Dylan Peterson. I don't want to take away the opportunity of the senator at large to newer freshmen who may just want to be involved. So I propose this resolution to allow former executive members to be able to fill the same position as an at-large member, but without the cap of 4 people. So basically, they would be able to come and hang out in the office and talk to us and like lead us as, you know, people that have been here for a while, whereas the other at-large senator positions would be more for freshmen and other people that are newly interested. Would anyone like to motion to discuss resolution 0907-2025 CBO? Senator Palizga. Sorry, my brain is turning off. Would anyone like to second it? Senator Cebulski. Does anyone have anything to say? Senator Moore.
I guess I'm just curious, like, why is there the cap in the first place?
Because quorum would be jacked up, and we don't want that.
Okay, so does that mean that like this would increase the quorum, or would it not?
No, this would not increase quorum.
Okay, thank you.
Does anyone else have anything else to discuss? All right, with that, I'm going to ask the question. All those in favor of approving resolution 0907-2025 CPL? All those opposed? All those abstained? And it passes! Yay! The meeting is not done, but the business is concluded. So if anyone has anywhere to be, you may take a leave now. So now we move to our second open floor. Does anyone have anything to say for our second open floor? Yes, Senator Faisal.
It's flashing me more code, so.
Yeah, mine works. Oh.
Oh, okay, so. Thank you. I'll see you here next week. Okay. So I just wanted to say before I go, because I got to skedaddle, I am personally interested in being a pro tempore. I want to say something so you guys get to know me a little bit more because I am interested. Although I know there's going to be amazing people also wanting that position, so, you know. But,
Alexis, Senator Faisal. I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to stop you right there. You're not allowed to campaign on the floor.
Oh, I'm not allowed to campaign? Oh,
No,
I'm
you're
so sorry.
not.
Okay, so forget everything I said. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Senator Mahone.
I just would like to suggest that in the future, we don't have these as PDFs and have them as like Google Docs or Word documents or something so that we can like edit them in the meetings if it comes to that. That's all.
I will do that. Senator Palizga.
I'd also just like it stated that I do know the difference between ballroom dance and taekwondo. I do.
Could we see a demonstration?
A demonstration.
What's ballroom dance? What's taekwondo?
well, first I'd need a partner. And are you volunteering? So I am a volunteer, let's go. Okay, yeah. So that was my piece, thank you.
Does anyone else have anything for our second open floor? Christian?
Sorry, I completely forgot about my report. So I'll go over that really quickly. So, lessons learned, much more preparation will be going into spring elections. In all likelihood, we will not be using the HERT again because, had some problems there. Probably Microsoft Forms so we can limit it to Point Park emails and one submission. Both voting and counting votes with the HERT form proved to be needlessly complicated. And while we are on the topic of voting, I do want to make it a goal for spring elections to have at least 20% turnout. Past few years, we've had around 3 to 5. So I think this is a worthwhile, challenging, but I think it's a completely realistic endeavor. And that's really all I have right now. Join the Slack, if you have.
As someone who has taken a couple quantitative analysis classes, I am very excited to hope that we get 7% engagement from the student body. So that's my personal goal. So, with that being said, I don't have any announcements. Anyone else got announcements?
Okay, we got the street cleanup volunteer opportunity with the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership from 11 to 12 a.m. this Friday, September 19th. We will be meeting at Village Park around 10:30. Also, we have an SGA and University Advising Center collab this September 20th, Saturday, to an excursion to the South Hills Village Mall. For people that are not familiar with the transit system or would like to take a tea with a group, sign up for the excursion to the South Hills Village Mall. We'll be meeting in the West Penn lobby Saturday to take the tea there. And poster evasion is the 16th, whatever day that is, 10 a.m. Tomorrow is the 16th, yeah. There's also a first volleyball home game for the women tomorrow at 6 p.m. And Wednesday at 7:30, there's the first Point Park men's soccer home game.
And on the note of the volunteering opportunity, which is meeting in Village Park at 10:30 a.m. on this Friday, that volunteering, if you show up to that, that counts as an office hour. So for our 5 senators that are here, if you participate in that, that counts for one of your office hours for the semester. So there you go. That's an opportunity for you. With that, our meeting is adjourned at 4:23 p.m.